Welcome back. Go ahead and drop a sub. Go ahead and drop a little like, just a little. I know you like the intro, so drop it. Love it. We're dancing today. Once again, we're up to level 30. Got a little bit of a different party member here. A couple new party members actually. We have with us the wonderful and lovely. We still have Lucas, but we have a wonderful and lovely spin break puppet. Puppet. He's popping it and locking it for us on our dancer quest. And as we complete these four, I'll just continue on with the analogy in the podcast. We're just doing random things like killing zombies and whatnot today. In this one. And I hope you're all having a good whatever day I upload this on. So let's just jump right into the analogies, guys. So dancer class. Like I was talking about before, I have been dancer class pretty much all my life. It's something that I didn't really know I wanted to hone in on, but something I've always kind of delved towards, ran towards a little bit. I thought it was kind of like music making or music or whatever, but it's something artistic. And in this dancing, you have to sort of rely on delayed gratification and a lot of intuition if you want to actually do good DPS or make good money rather, especially as a guy. I say all this to just say being, attractive and working hard, of course, can bring a lot of good things, but the way society is generally structured isn't geared towards the success of really any artistic profession, just like dancing, And I'll tell you why. So you go through school, and essentially it trains you how to be an obedient rule follower. A lot of times in school, they don't even appreciate you solving problems without showing your work or without doing it the exact way they want to do it, right? It's kind of like a shitty Nintendo game, right? So knowing this and knowing the structure and the general ways and how you become a good dancer nowadays in life, you kind of have to work backwards from freedom in dancing, and they definitely try to box you all throughout school. And this is a little bit different in I guess structured curriculums of art or dance. I've noticed it can be taught in similar ways as well. I didn't have the perfect drama program growing up, but yeah, I've taken quite a handful, not too many, but a handful of dancing classes throughout life, and I just find it so cringe now. It's so cringe because truly to dance, to be an artist, to be a singer, whatever, you kind of have to work backwards from that freedom. So especially if you don't know anything about it, I really feel like you gotta earn your stripes and really just find where you fit in. And then the only teaching you really need is from a mentor to kind of hone you down into your specific style. But having a giant class and a curriculum of people strictly following a way to do it. And of course it can work for music, because music is a lot of just performing different steps, like a mathematical equation, really. But when we get to these things like dancing and acting, it's a more fully immersed sport. You can't half-ass any of the body's senses in that. You have to be fully there. And just the act of following directions, reading a script, going line from line, doing choreography, it is already disingenuous because you're planning out your moves, right? Being in the flow is what's sort of the main thing of dancing. But people don't realize the true way to learn is to get it in the body first. So a lot of times, whenever I have a move or a choreography or even say lines in plays that I have to say or do, or a script or something that I have to read from memory, oftentimes you have to connect it to yourself physically as well as mentally. That'll be the easiest way to do it. Of course, there are millions of ways to do anything, which is why I'm so vehemently against school, because they teach you the one way, they teach you the obedient way, they teach you to conform to everybody else's way. And that's a big reason why I've sort of put my intuition on the back burner for most of my life because I thought, you know, there's no way. I've gotten like decent grades in school, so I can't be the smartest person in the room at all times, right? There's no way. So a lot of times I always assumed I was the dumbest person in the room, or that somebody was a little bit smarter than me and I should just take everybody else's opinion as larger grains of salt than my own. And that should definitely be the opposite for most people, especially people with the head on their shoulders, which I feel like is a lot of people. We just doubt and deny ourselves. I know I do. But you can use that as fuel, especially when you're a dancer, to just train and learn more. Like I'm so glad I think I'm a fucking idiot. I'm so glad I think I'm stupid, rather than, you know, the opposite of me thinking I'm a fucking genius and never bothering to work on my intellect. Or train my body or my skills to be better. I think that's good. Also, it looks like we're gonna get a hurricane soon. That's fun. I'm just looking at the weather here now. In Florida. Oh, that's bad. That's a little bad. Okay. But yeah, essentially the gist of life. The gist of the dancer is to find that freedom within ramifications, you know, within freedom within barriers. I'll figure out my words eventually here, my synonyms. Structured freedom, though, is the way to sort of move through all this artistic shit. I know, especially for me, a little thing for like actually making music called inspiration, you know, is very fickle. It's a very fickle mistress. And that can lead a lot of people to think that you're just not built for, you know, whatever. The motivation, the inspiration just never comes. So, you know, I'll never be an artist, blah, blah, blah. You know, I never get that drive to dance my heart out. But in all honesty, it doesn't really need to be there. What needs to be there is your essence. And then, you know, if you know your essence truly leads towards that, you can walk towards that purpose and use the times when you actually are motivated to push yourself to do it when you're not. And eventually you do it when you're not enough times, you're training that muscle, and the discipline is just, it's hard to fight against it at some points then, you know? It's hard to fight against your natural purpose if you do it enough times, because like I said, once again, as humans, we don't do what is easy, we don't do what's hard, we don't do, you know, what's most convenient to us or inconvenient, we just do what we usually do. What we've done for like the past 2 weeks or week or whatever. We'll just keep doing it. We'll just keep doing it. It don't matter if it's easy or hard or something in the middle. As long as you've been doing it for a long time, you're probably going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing as you've done, you know, recently. Very recently. But, you know, you got to lock in and really decide which habits you want to keep. Which you want to toss to the side. It's very important to sort of realize that we are our own gods, you know, or at least we have that power of God within us to sort of see what we actually need and what we want to remove from the general like facts of life, you know. Because I know for a fact, guys, we don't love everything. You know, that's impossible. It's impossible to truly just have all this love in for everything. So there's things you want to remove. There are things you want to naturally just erase and have in another state from you. So, yeah, relax through that flow and truly understand what you're here for. Are you here for dance? Are you here for art? Are you here for money? Are you here for love? Are you love? I'm love. Can you be love with me? Can we make love? Whoa, that was a little bit big question. Okay, please stop. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe. Leaned on my pride.
Mars. Blood thicker than water. Can't trust no others. Lean on my brother. These streets will change ya. No love but